Hello everyone. This is Gary. This is as I promised. I would start my videos to talk about mental health awareness, raising awareness, and I suppose to start with, I just want to talk about why I'm doing this like this. I got nominated, as I stated before, on Facebook to do some challenges, and I just want to try and do things a little bit differently, particularly because. Um, the idea of mental health awareness um, is a little bit sort of, I don't know, fairly new to some people. Mental health, particularly for men, and I'm going to make that sweeping statement for men, particularly from my background, ex-military, gung-ho, stereotype blokes. It's difficult to address some of the issues that we have. And some of those issues are very simple about just not talking about stuff, just not being able to open up about it. So rather than just sort of do the same sort of stuff that other people do, which is fantastic, raising awareness in different ways, I want to actually just address some of the actual issues that we don't talk about. And I suppose what I want to try and do is just introduce today the next 25 days, today being day one, of what I want to try and do. So splitting it down into sort of groups of things. So the first group of 8 days, I'm going to be talking about self-care, or all around ourselves, because without that, without any sort of looking after ourselves, we're going to be struggling to try and help anybody else and trying to get ourselves to a place. So physically, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, looking after ourselves is probably the first thing that we need to do. And it's as simple as just the message this week, particularly with Mental Health Week, is being kind to yourself. So being kind to yourself first. Now, it's an interesting concept because from my background, I've done a lot of self-development stuff with different businesses in the past. I was in a network marketing business for about 7 or 8 years, which huge amount of personal development, and the idea behind the personal development is that you raise yourself up, you invest in yourself, you become a better person. Now, that better person then is able to help other people achieve whatever they want to achieve. So the idea is that if you can then pour into yourself and become a better person, you've got more to give to other people. So what I want to talk about is the fact that we probably are our worst critic. We probably spend more time slagging ourselves off than anybody else does. Yeah? So what I want to try and do today, I want you, those people that are here watching, I want you people to think about, from today moving forward, trying to be your own cheerleader, trying to be the person that you would want beside you, cheering you on, but cheering you on inside. Okay, we do a lot of self-talk which brings ourselves down. We knock ourselves constantly, okay, about not doing well enough, not being good enough, not dressing right, not looking right. And unfortunately, I think things like Facebook, social media also create some of those issues. We have this image of what perfect is, what nice is, what our life should be like, what we should be doing, what other people are doing, and particularly at this time where we can't exactly be in touch with people. We are looking at the internet maybe and looking and comparing ourselves to other people. Well, the idea is that we are ourselves, but where do we get our image of ourselves? So that comes from our upbringing, lots of the times, from our surroundings. It comes from the people that we have really with us, but we have no control of that. So a little interesting statistic, for the first 7 years of our life, our brain is a complete wobbly jelly of all information. Everything that goes in there, it just sinks in and becomes part of our DNA. So on average, in the first 7 years of our life, 80% of our beliefs and values are put in place by the people around us. Now, that sometimes can be a bit of a challenge. Sometimes it can be quite negative. Sometimes it can be an issue that we have that deep-seated belief and value that we don't actually need in the future, but it's there. It's how we behave. It's who we are. We have a chance to change that, but it's quite difficult to change that deep programming if we're not aware of it. So again, coming back to our self-talk, if we don't know that we're being negative, if we don't know that we're knocking ourselves down, then straight away our normal becomes negative. The things we say, the things we do, the things we do for ourselves, the time that we spend with ourselves, because that's pretty much 24 hours a day, is a constant barrage of negative vibes. So think about the words that we use inside our head, the message we tell ourselves. Think about saying, looking good today. Yeah, if I was any better, I'd be twins. Give yourself positive affirmations, positive language, and it not necessarily being over the top, being, shall we say, false with yourself. If it doesn't feel right, okay, then you can either persevere with it and, as they say, fake it till you make it, or find something that does resonate with you. Find something that you feel good about saying about yourself. That one thing. Because it's got to start with you. It's got to start. Your awareness of your self-talk, of who you are, looking after yourself first, has got to be the first step. So what I want to say today is a challenge. Set everybody a challenge to find something nice about themselves and actually say that to themselves, or in a message, or really just say it to somebody else. You know, I am feeling good about my hair. I'm feeling good about my clothes. I'm feeling good about my weight. I'm feeling good about how I look today. Yeah, and actually pass that message on. So it starts to become who we are. Because without that, guess where we are? We're in that negative vibe, aren't we? Negative vibe. So 2,500 negative words in English language, less than 900 positive ones. We have to start picking out those good positive vibes, positive words. So that's our first challenge for today. First day of 25, first day of self-care. Think about saying something positive about yourself, to yourself, or somebody else. See you tomorrow.